right, we are going to add stuff to our circle book. It's the last thing we're adding. We are going to talk about surface area of a cone. Okay? So we're talking about surface area. All right. Who's ever got music playing, please turn it off. So the surface area is pi r squared plus pi r slant height. That little L thing means slant height. So if you do not have the slant height and you need it, if you cut out a section of the cone, you would have the height, the radius, and the slant height would look like a Pythagorean theorem. Height, radius, slant height. Where you would go height squared plus radius squared equals slant height squared. It's simply Pythagorean theorem. Okay, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. You can also put this all in your calculator at once if you do the square root of height squared plus radius squared equals slant height. Okay, you can put that all in. I think it's probably a good idea to just write yourself a little note that R stands for radius, H stands for height, and this cursive L stands for slant height. Just so you know what all of them mean and you don't get to the test and freak out that you don't know. Okay? Remember, you can use your circle book on your test. So you want to make sure you have it there. You want me to zoom in a little bit? Okay. Is that good? Okay. Make sure you have this all down. And then we're going to do an example of surface area of a cone. And then I'll let you guys work for the rest of the hour. Okay. Remember, both the surface area of cone worksheet and the circle test review are due tomorrow, so you need to use your time wisely in class. Okay, I'm going to move this, but I will put it back up when I'm done in case somebody didn't get it. I'm going to look right at number 1. Okay, so I know the formula for surface area. It's right at the top of my paper right here. So I'm going to say pi 2 squared plus pi 2 times 10. And I'm going to put that in my calculator. I'm going to use the pi button instead of 3.14 because it's more accurate. So we're going to go pi times 2 squared plus pi times 2 times 10. And that gives me 75.39 centimeters what? When we're talking about area, what do? Is it just centimeters? Is it centimeters squared? Is it centimeters cubed? Squared. Area is always squared. Okay? And volume is always cubed. Okay? Let's look. Let's try one of these on the back where you're going to have to find the slant height first. So let's just look at number 1. We're going to try to find the surface area, so we have to do the slant height. So that's 49 squared plus 27 squared equals slant height squared. So 49 squared plus 27 squared, and we get 3,130 equals the slant height squared, and then we're going to take the square root of it. And we get 55.95 inches equals the slant height. And then we're going to put it in the same equation that we did on the front. Pi 27 squared plus pi 27 55.95. Okay? Pi 27 squared plus pi 2755.95. This is number 1 on the back. And we get 7,036.07 inches squared. So again, remember I had to do 2 parts. I had to first find the slant height and then plug that in to be able to find the surface area. It's just Pythagorean theorem. Once you do Pythagorean theorem with those 2 numbers, where slant height is your C, then you plug it in to the equation. Okay? All right. Anybody have any questions? 27 times 55.95. Sorry, that is not the clearest 27 I've ever drawn in my life. Okay, any others? Okay. All of these things, so the circle quiz had some issues. Remember to look in your circle book for all of these things. Remember, tangents meet at 90 degrees. Half the interpreted arc is an inscribed angle, but the arc and central arc are the same. Minor arcs are less than 180. If 2 inscribed angles have the same arc, they're equal. Making to draw things, the radius in, so that you have right triangles, and then using Pythagorean theorem. Opposite angles in a quadrilateral add up to 180. Opposites of what's next to x and y are your center. The square root of the radius of the n number is your radius, and then you can graph it. Here's one length of an arc, one area of a sector, volume and surface area of cylinders and cones. Okay, so these are just formulas. All right. If you have any questions, please let me know. You have the rest of the hour to work on this, though.